What's up, guys? My name is Nick, and welcome to the Average Guy channel, the channel where I do stuff like every other average guy would. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why do I want to watch some random average guy on the internet do things? Why? Because I am not an expert at anything, which is actually probably one of the best things for you. If you ask your buddy, hey, how does this new beer taste? He's going to tell you how it is or how it isn't. He's not going to be an advertising agent saying, this is the best beer you've ever tasted. And the same goes for products. If an advertiser is trying to sell you something to get you to spend money, they're not going to sit there and be like, hey, this is the worst product you ever tasted, but we're going to sell it to you anyways. They're not going to do that. They're going to say, oh yeah, this is the best, this beats out all the competitors. So I'm here to cut through the lies, cut through the bull crap, and give you guys my honest opinion. So without any further ado, guys, let's go ahead and rate today's beer. Now today is going to be a beer tasting. This is the Hop Perfect IPA. This is by a local brewing company here in Tennessee. It's the Yazoo Brewing it is the Yazoo Brewing Company. And I figured, you know what? Since I'm living in Tennessee, might as well start with something local. So let's go ahead and get started. This is not a twist top. You can see it's in a brown bottle. Brown, as we know, blocks out light, which is actually probably one of the more important things because I keep my beer outside in the direct sunlight all the time, and I want to make sure it stays fresh. I'm just kidding. I don't do that. If you do that, I can understand why you don't like beer very much, and maybe that's why you do that. So let's go ahead. Let's get this thing open, guys. Let's see. I know you want to hear this open up, so we're going to use our trusty bottle opener, which is a knife. Line it underneath one of the prongs, and there we go. Open beer. You can see it was still smoke in there. So now, with every good beer, what you're going to need to do is pour it into a glass because you want to see how much head the beer has. So let's give it some head, guys. Oh, yes. Look at that amber goodness. It's not really amber. It's more of a grainy yellow color. Now, for those of you who do not know a lot about beers, IPA is an extremely bitter beer. I actually know very few people who like drinking them. Now, as you can see there, the beer has a nice full head on it. It is very thick, very creamy, kind of sticks to the edge of the glass when you swirl it around. Now, what does that mean for you? Not a whole lot, especially if you're at a party trying to quickly pour beer and drink it right away. The head won't kill you. You can actually, typically if you pour it in a larger glass like this, you can tilt it enough while you're drinking it to not drink the head. But the head is important in the beer. It makes the entire experience better. And I'll get more into that in future episodes, but for now, I've delayed you guys long enough with my babbling, so let's go ahead and explain what this beer is. Again, it is an IPA. I don't know exactly what the IBU is in here. I'm trying to see if they say it on the bottle, which they unfortunately do not. I'm not sure where this one falls. I'll tell you where I think it belongs at the end. If you don't know much about IPAs or beer in general, the IBU is a way to rate how bitter the beer is. Now, with IPAs, you typically get a lot more bitterness to them, and a lot of people are turned off by that. It's the flavor of the hops. Now, just smelling the beer, it's got a very rich floral kind of scent. It's not really like a sweet floral, it's more of like a kind of bitter floral, and that is because the beer has a lot of bitterness to it. And when I say bitterness, I'm not talking warheads or anything like that. I'm talking, you put it in your mouth and it's got a very, very bitter flavor to it. And it's the flavor of the hops. It's like an earthy tone and a very earthy bitterness to it. So it's not like you're going to suck on this and it's like eating a lemon. Although I do have a good friend of mine that compares it to drinking lemon pledge. Wait, fuck. Although my wife does say that this stuff does taste like lemon pledge, but that's only a few different varieties. And the thing about IPAs is that every single IPA that I've tried so far has tasted completely different. I've never had one IPA that I've said tastes exactly like another. Some are sweet, some are dry, some are super bitter, some are not very bitter at all. So you never really know what you're going to get. But enough with the bull crap, guys. Let's go ahead and let's taste this beer. And I'm going to explain kind of how this one tastes. Again, this is the Hop Perfect IPA by Yazoo. Like I said, this is more of a hoppier beer, which is why they even have hop in the name. Hop Perfect. How could you not have a hoppy beer with that? And I can tell you one thing. After you get done drinking this, you're going to be hoppy anyways, right? All right, so put it in my mouth. You can immediately taste that IPA flavor. You can taste the hops. It's got that kind of like that tangy tartness to it. And I know those are all the wrong words, but it's got that strong bitter flavor to it that I personally love about IPAs. This This is a very, very flavorful beer. If you love bitter beers, this one definitely has a lot to it. Yazoo makes a lot of, I can't even stop saying a lot. Yazoo makes a lot of different beers, and they all range in different levels. They've got all kinds of different kinds. They've got multiple IPAs as well. This happens to be one of the stronger IPAs that they offer, which is one of the reasons why I like it. But again, it is a very, very bitter beer, and for me, I love it. If you're not a bitter beer tasting person, if you don't really like bitter beers, you're probably not going to like any IPAs for that matter, but this one especially. All right, let's go ahead and give this another taste. It's very crisp, though. For me, the bitterness of the IPA kind of gives it a little bit of a bite and a little bit of a crispness. Like when you have a soda can that you drink out of, you get a lot of the carbonation, it kind of like burns your throat and stuff. And it's kind of the similar feeling towards how the bitterness works in IPAs. It kind of fills your mouth with a certain sensation that you really only get from that type of beer, which is one of the reasons why I like IPAs so much. It's very refreshing. And the thing about a lot of the craft beers is that they are made to be slowly drinking. Drunk, slowly drunk? I get it, slowly drunk, okay. Never mind, moving on. But, so yeah, that, guys, is an IPA for you. Now, I'm going to be probably doing a lot of IPAs because, like I said, for me, IPAs are some of my favorites, but that doesn't mean I don't drink anything else. I don't think I've really come across a beer that I don't like yet. Scratch that. Nope, I have. There's actually been quite a few. There have been some that have just been so sweet that I'm like, ugh. For example, Blue Moon. You know, I'm not a huge Blue Moon fan. I know the comments right now is going to get flooded with people saying, I love Blue Moon! And that's great. I'm not saying Blue Moon's bad. I'm just saying that it's not one of my favorites. I like beer with a little bit of a bite to it. But, so as far as this beer goes, like I said, I'm going to do a lot of different IPAs. I'm going to do blondes, I'll do your darks, I'll do your reds, all kinds of different stuff. And actually, if you guys have a beer that you haven't tried yet that you think I should try for you, just let me know in the comments. So if there's something that maybe your friend likes, or maybe it's your favorite beer, what is your favorite beer? Tell me in the comments below what your favorite beer is, and if it's something that I haven't tried, I'll definitely go out and get it. So not only will I do craft brews on this channel, but I'll also do stuff like Bud Light, Coors Light, Miller Light, all the lights, and even like Natty Light, and maybe even some others that we won't mention yet. And I'm sure if we went to an official beer tasting contest with them, we'd probably get kicked out and beat up and probably banned from drinking beer the rest of our lives, which would absolutely suck. But enough said, guys. I'm going to do the last challenge here. What I'm going to do is, every review, I'm going to tell you about the beer, a little bit what type it is. I'm going to open it. I'm going to pour it into the glass, show you the head that it has. I'm going to smell it to tell you what it kind of smells like. Again, like I said, this one's definitely, you can smell the bitterness to it. I will sip it, I will tell you the flavor profile, and then I will go through and I will give it the final test, which is probably what a lot of college kids will care about, and that is the chug test. Now, I can pretty much guarantee that this test here is not going to go very well. A lot of the craft brews, heavier beers that have a lot more flavor will not do good in a test where you have to chug it. But in the name of science, guys, and in the name of good beer, bottoms up. Oh, this is going to burn. Oh, man. So, definitely, it can be chugged. It burns. It definitely burns going down, guys. As you can see, I'm probably a little bit red. Whew, mostly from holding my breath trying to chug the whole thing. But it is chuggable. I didn't throw up afterwards, which is good. Some beers, you chug the whole thing, and you'll sit there and they'll have either so much carbonation or such a strong flavor that it might really upset your stomach. But actually, that went down pretty smooth. For a chugging beer, I probably wouldn't recommend it again because it's an IPA. Really strong. It'll probably upset your stomach after a few of those. If you really want to chug, go with something like a Bud Light or some kind of light beer. That way you can just pound them back, not worry about it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please let me know by clicking that like button and giving me a comment below with what your favorite beer is and what I should taste next. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.